Brown Bros, a podcast, my favorite Brown Bro family. We are back, and we might have taken a break, a week off. But a little week off won't hurt nobody. Welcome back, and I'm Dex. If this is your first time tuning in, and this is my co-host extraordinaire himself, with the beautiful tweed number on, matched with the cargo shorts, the army fatigue cargo shorts.
So basically, you telling everybody I mismatch at this point.
At this point, it's like working from home. You know the people that work from home.
Business at the top and party at the bottom. So that's exactly what I'm giving you guys. I'm giving you a little bit of business at the top,
party at the
and
bottom.
it's definitely party in the bottom.
We like you love a bottom, huh? Child, please go ahead.
I'm making it happen. I'm like a centipede. Niggas be green, they draining my energy. Killing my soul, they seem like the enemy. Yeah, down.
So, how you been? You know,
I've been good. How are you? Well, you the one who been booked and busy these past couple.
Oh my gosh,
weeks.
this month has been so dramatic. I'm a man of honor, and then I have birthday, graduation for family members that I have to be at. So, that's the delay in the project. That's
I know you went to New York.
Yes, we've been trying to plan around it, but when I have a suggestion for a different time or date,
Here we go, guys.
Want to say you're not prepared and not ready.
I was not prepared.
It's when are you not? You never prepared, anyways. We always haven't. Listen, anyways,
I'm having a panic attack right now. I need to calm the fuck down.
No, he was prepared.
Are
like today. When
you always prepared?
No, I'm never always prepared. I don't pretend to be
Thank
either.
you.
So that's why I was caught off guard when you talk about something. You're not prepared. Just say you don't want to record. But
I didn't want to record.
Let's just go. That's what you should have said. Anyway, so let's start the show. Who are you, by the way? You didn't even introduce yourself.
My name is Lorenzo, the 1-2, Don Dada himself.
So annoying. This is my first little drinky drink in a week or so.
So we're taking shots, clearly, of...
You don't have to take the whole one.
Whoa, because you really lost your mind. Who are you?
Who are you? I'm that bitch.
You see this shot?
Who are we? No, who are we? Who are you? We are that.
I'm a motherfucking monster.
Do you know where I got that from?
No, I don't.
The Claremont twins when they were on Bad Girls Club.
Oh,
Make sure we find that clip so we can put it on here. Thank you.
No, you need to be like, who are you? Who are we? We are that bitch. Do that. Okay. Who are you? Who are we? We are that bitch. Okay.
Okay. Editor.
Thank you for bringing that up, so therefore you can send it to...
Hot seat before I have to cut a nigga.
Hot seat.
Cheers.
I'm not
to a fun episode. We're not going to take the whole thing.
But how is my shot bigger than your
Get you
shot?
all up in our business.
Yes, but I just want to say this as well. Please bear with me. I got my braces tightened. My mouth is so sore right now. So bear with me. But I do want to say, for the hot seat segment, I really want to get the audience engaged a little bit more. So shoot us some questions. I know we put out a poll last week on our Instagrams. It was like, guys, ask us what you want to know. Ask the bros. Ask us something. Drop the comments in the DMs. The questions in the DMs.
Okay.
Whatever you want to know.
We need it.
We need it.
Definitely gonna give us some good content for you guys,
it's
and
organic.
It is organic, and we want to answer all y'all questions for sure.
And I know y'all got questions that y'all want to know, so drop them in the DMs. Whether it's my DM, his DM, the Brown Bros podcast page, either way. Period. That's what I had to say. Continue. Thank you so much.
I just want to address that this is gross.
It tastes like bug spray, right?
Why would you even get this? Somebody sold you on this. You always getting sold, like you're so easy to convince.
The girl was so nice. She was like,
ABC Wine again?
ABC, no, this was Total Wine.
Total Wine. Oh, I combined the names.
She was like, yeah.
Wow.
She's like, yeah.
What is this good with? Did she tell you it's good
that.
in a pina colada or something?
No,
Maybe
she
that.
was like, it's great to take shots. And she said it just like that.
She done lied to
like,
you.
If you want to take shots, it's tropical. You don't like it, friend?
Tropical mango, blanco tequila with natural flavor. And they want to talk about you bought this for me. Go to hell.
I did buy it for you. You don't like it?
Anyways, so first question on hot seat. How do you know when you really, really like a man? How do you know when you really like someone?
I feel like you just know. Like you just.
Well, I got glitter in my drink.
It's not glitter in your drink.
There's literally a sequence in here.
Stop playing.
It sunk.
It did not.
Go ahead.
Not the Renaissance is in your cup. I feel like you know you like a man when you really like.
But how do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
I know I really like you when I like carve time out for my like once you get my undivided attention back to back multiple days. I want to stay on the phone with you all day. Stuff like that. Really like this. I think that it symbolizes like you really care for a person.
Yeah, I agree. How I know I really like someone is, when I start to prioritize you, add you as a priority in my day. My schedule ain't the most. I am flexible. When I start to become flexible for you in my schedule is when I know I really, really like you. Let's call it.
Because I think that's that means a lot when you can make time. Mm-hmm. Showing that you make time for somebody because we are busy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Between work, personal life, whatever. We're busy. So once you actually can sit down and make an hour or two time, or even sometimes longer than that, to converse and talk and like go out and do things like that with the person that you're really trying to get to know, I think that means a lot. So yeah, definitely showing time, carving out time, wanting to be with you a lot, 24/7. Not 24/7. Let's say like a couple of days out of the week. Not every day. I don't want to be every day. I like my space too.
Your love languages, you said on the other show what was them again?
It was quality time. But you know what? So recently, I had to reevaluate that.
Okay, that's fine because we evolving. Let me just show you this glitter that's in my cup.
There's no glitter in there.
There's a dot of something.
What the hell is that?
You tell me. You made my drink.
Maybe it's pixie dust from wherever you came from before this. Did you go somewhere?
No, you didn't go. I was at work.
So maybe
I was in.
Y'all got glitter stuff at work.
Anyways, got glitter stuff at work.
But no, I feel like recently that kind of has changed. I mean, I still like quality time, but I feel like words of affirmation, acts of service, and physical touch would be my 3 now.
Okay.
But I still need that quality time, but I feel like I don't need it heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I don't need it, like, up underneath me 24/7. Like, I still want you to be underneath me. I need to touch you. I need to...
No, you said quality time, not smothering. You said quality time, not smothering. So
technically, it would be quality time then, so it didn't change. So I just
right,
I
exactly.
just added pretty much one more on own.
Right,
like,
because, well, here's the thing, and I feel like what I'm understanding from what you're saying is, and you're trying to just specify what you mean by quality time. Yeah. And quality time in general just means that it's quality time spent.
I don't want to be smothered. Please don't smother me.
That's smothering. Yeah,
if you smother me, you're really gonna annoy me. Right. And I'm gonna get over you really quick.
Yeah, and we don't want that. So okay. Your next thing on this one is, you put this here, so I'm trying to understand this. It says, is there anything that is completely off limits for you? What do you mean by that?
Like, is there anything that's off limits for you? Whether it's something relationship wise, whether it's something in a work, whether it's something in your personal life, is there anything that's off limits when it comes to Dexter? Like certain things you just will not tolerate or do, or allow someone to do?
That is a good question. Is there anything that is completely off limits? I was having a conversation before I got here, because there's some. I was telling a friend or family member. No, it was a family member, that when it comes to me, like, people are more than likely going to get away with some things because God is still working on me. When it comes to me, shading me and all this other stuff, like whatever, I can take it to an extent. But when I start to see you do it to my loved ones, I think that's when I want to. I mean, you guys can tell. Like when we were in DC, I noticed that I've been praying about that too because I need to. But like your birthday a couple years ago, when somebody tried you and I was like,
right here, he don't play that. When he really care about you, he do not play about his tribe. Okay?
Right? No, but I have a past because when I see and identify with love, I connect with it so much that I do not want anybody to at all threaten that. So I think that that's what's off limits for me. Like when it comes to my loved ones, don't disrespect or mistreat them in front of me, because if I'm not mistreating them and showing them love and respect, you shouldn't be doing it. So that's off limits for me. Do not disrespect my people. Do not come for my loved ones.
I feel like that's crazy you said that, because I'm pretty much the same way. I will never forget. I had a situation with my grandmother. It was this grown ass man. Excuse my language. He was grown, and my grandmother honked the horn at him for him to go. He got out of the car.
Oh.
Cuss out. Mm-hmm. And you know what I did? I got out the car ready to fight him. And I probably was 100 pounds soaking wet with army boots on.
Right.
And I was just ready to go, because like you said, innocent people don't deserve that. I'm just like, that's the elderly woman. So I would probably say my family would be one, and also my time.
That's something too.
Do not play with my time. When it comes to like me waiting around, when it comes to me, like if you're saying you're gonna be at a place at a certain time, I expect you to be at that place at a certain time. Yeah. And I know I can be late sometimes too, but it goes outside of just time. Like even if it's like me getting to know someone, don't waste my time if you know there's no potential with.
Correct. Especially
the future.
When you mature, you'd understand that. Like and I'm hoping that a lot of our viewers can get where we're coming from with that, because same for me, like when it comes to my time really is valuable. It's valuable. So like for me, that's so expensive. My time is expensive. Like I know that there's value in my time and whichever way you put it. And likewise, I see that in other people. So I agree with you on that, the time thing. And I never really thought about that. But yeah, that is a trigger for me. Growing up, yes, I know, like you said, I show up to places. I probably played with people's time. But now, where we're at right now, it's different.
I mean, you can give a person grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm going to be da-da-da.
Yeah.
Just let us know about that. You know what I'm saying? Or let me know about it. Then I'm not going to be looking crazy. Mm-hmm. But if you tell me 9:30, I haven't heard from you, and I'm thinking you're really going to be there at 9:30, and you still at home, and it's now 9:50, what the hell is going on? I'm going home.
Yeah.
You have fun.
And I've started that. I've started to hop in my car, and I'm going home now when they start playing my time like that.
My time. So I think wasting my time is definitely off limits. Do not waste my time.
Child, how do you like to be comforted when you are sad or upset?
That's a good one. When I'm sad or when I'm upset, I think those are two different, emotions. So I feel like when I'm sad, I probably would want to be more so comfort me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when the acts of service kicks in. Buy me my favorite gummy bears, or buy me something that I would really enjoy if I'm sad. Mm-hmm. Now when I'm upset, I just need you to back the hell up. Give me my space. Let me have my moment. Whether it's, even if it has nothing to really do with you. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my moment to cool off.
Yeah.
And calm and get my thoughts together and stuff like that. But that's how I will react to it.
I mean, for me, when it comes to, maybe I'll say, if my accountability partners or, my close circle is around me when either emotion is happening, anger or sadness, I personally prefer the emotional support of just listening. And listening, reaching out and let me know that you see me, because that's who I am. So I think that we show people how to treat us.
That's true.
Through, if they're paying attention, by way of how we treat them.
You're
in
right.
These times.
And if your people really know you, they will know how to treat you in those situations.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, but that was a great question. That was an awesome question. Are you dominant or submissive?
I feel like I'm a mixture of the both, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I can definitely submit and I can definitely be dominant. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the time.
Yeah. I'm same. I'm a little bit of both. I can tailor it to, I really like to be submissive because I like but the only time I'm submissive is if I can trust you and I can, it just depends on that. So when it comes to, I don't choose dominance.
I feel like that's
much. Yeah, but it comes out naturally because
that's just your nature.
Yeah,
we a Leo, right?
Yeah, I had to think about it for a second. Yeah, I am. I'm also from New York.
New York. So y'all just have that aggressive hustle mentality already. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But yeah, best of both worlds. Sometimes I like to feel like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Be with me. Stay with me.
Yeah. Let me lay my head on your chest.
Ciao.
And I'm like, yo, who you talking to? Like, what's going on?
That's very rare, by the way. So we just going to use that moment to segue into the Ask the Bros segment. And we had 2 lovely questions. I have no idea who they're from. Anonymous. My co-host here put them in. The first question was, would you date a friend's family member and then tell his secrets? Would you date a friend's family member and then date?
So I guess the question,
I get it, but I'm okay to. Yeah, why not?
But telling his family member
and then tell his secrets.
Like tell the who secrets? Are we telling the family secrets or the friend's secrets?
Or the friend's secrets.
Or the family members
telling his secrets.
So maybe you're dating the family member, but you're running back and telling your friend the secret.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be it. That's what it is.
No.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not telling.
I'm not trying to tear nobody's family up. So, but I think I would date a friend's family member, depending on the connection that we have. You know what I'm saying? I think I would do that.
Then that's not off limits. No. Unanimous on that one. And then the second one is, how do you deal with ex's current boyfriends snooping or asking around about you? Oh. Should I lead on this one? So, I think, okay, so, child, I think that this has happened to me often. More recent, it's been happening more often than I like or care for, but I see you, and, child, but one of my exes,
we see each other.
Significant other current has been checking for me, apparently. And then I take it as if we were, maybe it's friendly. I don't know what it is, to be perfectly honest. But when you're checking for me, it just kind of makes me look at you like, what's really going on? Is there something going on at home that I don't know about? Am I the one that got away? Which I know.
Is the house a home?
Is it happy? What's going on? Why are you checking for me? But I get it. My energy is kind of like one of those contagious kind of energies. So I'm going to just chalk it up to that. But when that happens, it makes me think. If anything, I just think. I'm not going to react, but I think, what is going on in that home? Do I care? No. But I understand if you're checking for me because the energy is contagious. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I'm going to just leave it at that. What about you? Have you had to deal with that situation before?
I've never had to deal with that situation before.
I don't. It's happened to me more frequently with one person. It don't make no sense. But it's because I should have had a ring here. Almost. And they mad. No, it's okay. But I was not going to settle for that anyway. So you can have them. And then this ring right here is just me proposing to myself and to not accept any mediocre. Let's move on. So on that note, we're going to hop into the tea time. And I hope you're watching this.
Let me tie my hair up in a bun.
Okay. Y'all don't ever really get to see me act like that.
You just like ripped.
Did I scalp you?
All my edges out.
No, because people don't really get to see that side of me, and it exists. I'm a human, right? So if I start to feel,
you have those emotions, you know, and especially if someone's like really, I don't know the point behind the whole situation when it comes to like continuously asking for someone's like location or whereabouts. So where is this person at? I don't know.
This is weird.
I don't know where he is.
I'm not checking for you.
We share locations, yes, but we are not tracking each other down like the SWAT team, baby, or the Secret Service. We are not doing that.
Yeah, maybe we got to do another episode to let y'all know exactly what we're talking about.
Ooh, couch confessions. How to catch a cheater.
How to catch a stalker.
That part.
Child.
So tea time. Mm-hmm. Tea time today. So have you heard about the whole new Threads takeover that's going on right now?
Oh, yes. I love it. Direct competitor with Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
I have decided to walk away from Twitter. It's been months. Around when Elon Musk first took over the platform as CEO or whatever it is, he bought it out. I left around that time because it became a political thing, and not only was it political, but it started to become very hostile. He has his political beliefs, and I felt like he was very strong about being on a general platform where there's so many different personalities and so many different takes on politics and so on, where he was pushing whatever agenda he had, and I really disdain that. I enjoyed Twitter for the adult stuff that I used to be able to watch on it. And I enjoyed some of the conversation, but I just kind of like boycotted it.
So are you on Threads?
I'm on Threads for sure. I don't even know what my name is. And I threaded like twice. You know, that's me in social media anyways.
I was like, oh, let me get it. It seems so cool. But I'm just like, I'm not going to sit there and update statuses on Thread. Like,
but shout out to Mark Zuckerberg, because he's the one who created that. And it's directly linked to Instagram. I think that it was brilliant that he started
simple,
that.
Seamless.
Yes, he started that. You can follow all your Instagram followers on Thread automatically by hitting one button. So he makes it really easy for you to get your follow count up and for you to follow other people. The other part of it is a competitor to Twitter, and I'm ready for Twitter to say to sunset, to go goodbye. Peace because out. I just can't with Elon Musk.
I mean, but I like Twitter for the adult stuff.
Well, there's also P-Hub, there's also Xtube, there's also
Xtube?
I used to like that. Yeah, I know, from back in the day. I haven't been on that in years.
That's crazy.
But that was my favorite, because that's the first one I think I was
you got really excited when you said that.
Yeah, that was my favorite back in the day. I used to watch the trade on that one. That was my favorite category was straights and blah blah blah. But we all start that way. Yeah, I think we all until we find out like, oh, this is what we
all have a certain. So what's your favorite category?
I don't have a favorite category now.
So you watch it all?
Yeah.
Do you just not want to say on camera?
Yeah.
So you want to be transparent?
Yeah. So shout out to Threads for launching, and hopefully you guys follow us on there. We should probably create a Brown Bro handle, but for the meantime, we'll follow each of us on it. It's the same as our Instagram names, and then we'll hit into the other tea time. For the sake of time, we're gonna skip over Keke Palmer and Darius because that's
old news.
Old news. And then we're gonna head into fans. What's been happening lately is the fans have been throwing objects.
The girls have been showing out.
Such as from what I see here, Remy Ma, Lotto, BB Rex.
BB Rex got her, I think her lip or her eye was like gashed open from a fan throwing a cell phone up there.
Yes.
And, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think, what's his name? Lil Nas X got a sex toy thrown up on him.
He got a dildo.
A pocket.
Oh, it was a pocket cat.
It was a pocket. Yeah.
A kitty cat.
Yes. But no, guys, come on. You know, I thought about this today. What's your thoughts on it? Because for me, these people are still human beings, guys.
And you know what's crazy? I had recently just saw that even Drake had underwear thrown at him at his concert.
Yeah, that's been happening for years, though. Prince, Michael Jackson, all of them went through the panties being thrown on the stage.
I'd rather the panties than objects.
Now they're throwing objects. Water,
balloon.
Sign this, sign that. Like, it's obnoxious. And I think that security.
Cell phones? Why would you throw your cell phone at an artist?
But you got to think about it. At some point, as we evolve as humans, that they just kind of got to step up the rules and get a little bit more strict with the expectations as far as what you can bring. Yeah. I know in some venues you can only have a bag like this small, and I get it. But for real, they need to be taking these things from these people because clearly they don't got
where a fan was throwing stuff at her on the stage, and she was, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Keep throwing, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then Remy Ma was performing.
Don't get fucked up. I can fight. Don't let
That's a wrap.
Sexy Red even got off the stage.
Yeah,
I saw that recent too.
Throwing stuff at her.
She ended a performance, and then the whole social media was attacking her because they felt like she shouldn't have quit performing. But no.
If you're throwing stuff that could, jeopardize my safety at that point, because I don't care if you launching a cell phone at me from many, many miles away or, a couple 100 feet away, and you actually got that force in it and it's going to knock me out, then I'm going to leave. Because there's no telling what's next. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. There really is no telling. And ain't nobody got time for that.
So at the end of the day, celebrities, I'm with y'all on this one. Cuss their ass out if they throw anything at you and keep it moving.
I don't want to be on the stage and have nobody throw nothing. Think
about
put yourselves in their shoes.
Throw your panties in your drawers. That's it.
Boxer briefs only, please.
Boxer briefs? Or
maybe
like
a jock strap.
Yeah. And sling it like that.
Yes. I saw. Didn't Rihanna just released a new Savage Fenty promo? I love seeing her.
She looks amazing. She's definitely glowing.
Oh, stomach. Right. I love seeing her pregnant. Oh, okay. Deep dive.
Yeah. So which subject did you want to deep dive in? Because we do have a couple up there, but I know we're going to touch on one of them today.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I feel like we need to talk about the gay agenda part.
Okay.
There was an author named Kaba Kameen, and he's going viral for his thoughts on the LGBT plus people in ancient Africa and the gay agenda. A great conversation with three men on a podcast, and he made some points that we want you to check out now.
And we're going to drop it.
Yes. And then
I belong to the club that's titled I Mind My Own Damn Business. Because the day I started minding my own damn business was the day I came to realize how much damn business I have to mind. And if I'm loving my life, I don't have time to get into your pants to figure out what you're doing with yours. That's just how I feel, family. And we have to get real and ready about this. The idea of a man being attracted to a man, a woman being attracted to a woman, a man being born with the spirit of the woman inside, or a woman being born with the spirit of a man inside, has occurred since there has been the man and the woman. Whenever you have opposites, you always have all measure in between. My thing is that for as long as there's been man and woman, there's always been all measure of between.
Got you.
You know,
that's documented. That's documented.
That's science. That's science. And I think that
I was hoping I didn't hear that.
I know. There's a lot of people. You see a lot of people say, "Brother, I was rolling with you until then." But that's how I feel, and I cannot be one way in another way and not be honest and upfront in another. And I have to be able to feel free to be able to let you know I judge a human being by the content of their character. Not by any of the isms that create schisms. I have known people with great honor who have lived many different ways. And all I judge you on is the content of your character. And who you love is your business. I'm still working on my thing. Just complete your thoughts so I can respond to that instead of just jumping in.
I feel like now, more than ever, this agenda is being pushed on us, which makes this, I'm very skeptical about where and why this is coming at us so hard, so fast.
And you referring to specifically just like
the whole LGBTQ,
or
yes,
okay,
especially as it relates to when we even speaking on things like the transgender, where someone now believes that they have a different spirit inside of them. So now I want to back this with science, okay, and I want to go about adjusting physically my gender to what I feel my spirit is inside of me. Now, when this stuff gets pushed heavily like that, again, that's where my skepticism and actual worry comes from, because when someone pushes these thoughts into your mind, it confuses me to know whether it's now nature or nurture. And there is an element of nature where this can actually exist.
Yes.
But do you believe that if it's pushed to us in droves, there can actually be an element of nurture where this is now put onto you where it wasn't necessarily of your nature originally?
That would be hard for me.
So now that you saw the clip, I like that. My thoughts on this. Okay, let's talk about, aside from what they talked about, I think that there's some validity in that, in the fact that he's bringing up science, the different spectrums of sex, with men possibly being born with the spirit of a woman. Mm-hmm. I could understand. But I want to touch on something that may be a little problematic to discuss, because there is that thought process out there and belief that people are born gay, right? Mm-hmm. I personally cannot say that.
You don't think so?
I couldn't validate that. I personally, I've been in therapy. I've been reflecting. I've been doing a lot of work with myself.
Oh, this is gonna be good because I disagree.
And I have to say this. So
you
before I tried to date it back, I don't remember where I can tell you after or before, prior to sexual abuse as a kid, I cannot determine when my like for boys started. But what I can tell you is as I was growing up, I did grow up with a lot of women, around a lot of women, and my family is just, there's a lot of women in my family. And I can honestly tell you that I did not have a man mentor or anybody teaching me certain things. Mm-hmm. I will even tell you, it was to a point where it wasn't about just putting on girl shoes, but I would look at my mom and idolize her, and my aunt, who's my mom's sister. I could even remember a day them picking me up in elementary school, and as they're walking, I'm admiring. They're walking with their little switch, and I wanted to do it. Genuinely, I cannot say and validate that I was born that way. I tried to look back. I tried to think about it, and no.
You don't think so?
No. That's my belief.
That's your belief. And I respect you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you for that.
But I'm assuming you believe you were born that way.
I do believe I was born gay.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely do. I feel like that's who I've been my whole life. Mm-hmm. You know, even from like a young child, I always gravitated more towards feminine things when it comes to like being in the kitchen with my grandmother, putting on her shoes to go take the groceries out the car, and I would deliberately pick the heels versus the sandals. The cookout sandals that my grandfather used to wear, I would deliberately not, I don't want to put those on. I want to put the slingbacks on and go get the groceries out the car. But in my mind, I'm just like, that's okay. And I know my first attraction was to a guy when I was in like kindergarten, I think. And I just knew I liked it. Like, I knew I liked guys. So in my mind, I'm like, I was born this way. And I know I've been asked that by my family as well. Like, are you born this way? Did something happen to you to make you, transition this way? I was just like, no. I've always knew who I was as a person. I just never fully could act on it because of my family's, spiritual journey and when it comes to like how they were so involved like in the church and things like that. So I couldn't fully live my truth. And when it was time for me to fully live that truth is when I learned so much about me and like myself and things that I like. And, it was just honestly a big weight lifted off my shoulders when I was able to live my truth. I will say that. So I think I was born gay. Mm-hmm. I'm happy when it comes to that. I suppressed a lot of things as a teen and as a child because I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like I'm at this point in my life where I don't care.
Correct.
If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, you don't. You can chuck the deuces, but you ain't finna drain me. Okay?
Yeah. I get it. I see how some people could believe that, and I also see how people could believe what I believe.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely didn't become or sexualize the same sex until it happened to me, and it happened to me at a very young age. So
okay, so that circles back to a lot with family members do say that, because I was asked that too. Like, was I touched as a child, which caused me to be that way? So you're saying basically after that situation with you, that's when you started having those attractions towards males.
I noticed for sure where I wanted to be more intimate with guys specifically after that. I mean, I was exposed to it at that age. I didn't know what sex was. And I was very young.
Let me ask you this. Being that you was exposed to that, have you had a girlfriend or been intimate with a girl before?
Yes, not a girl. I had girlfriends, but they were like beards, of course.
But you never wanted to like pursue anything like too deep with them.
No, okay. I never felt like emotional connection to them, and that's obviously I didn't start to have girlfriends until like I was this was way past the abuse. So, yeah. Here's the thing, the boyfriend girlfriend thing, like, it was normal as a kid to be like, okay, mommy, daddy, but when I tried to go back, and granted, I don't think anybody could go back to, like, I don't know who, if somebody's 4 and could remember, if they're like 30, my age, and could remember back to 4, 3, whatever. But my abuse started very young. I was single digit age, like, and before I can even know boyfriend and girlfriend or accept or understand the whole concept. But I can tell you, having the females in my life that I was around, I definitely saw them as like my idols, and I wanted to be more like them and wanted to be doing things that they did. But yeah,
I did a lot of gay stuff as a child, and that was just like for my family not to even know. Like, come on, y'all had to know. Y'all didn't want to accept it because y'all. Southern mentality is, you know, they're gonna beat the gay out of you. Unfortunately, that's what people say. You know what I'm saying? So I did get a lot of whoopings. I don't per se think I got a lot of whoopings because I was gay. I just think they saw certain things and they wanted to try to like switch that out on me. You know what I'm saying? So
this the gay agenda that the gentleman talked about in the podcast. When it comes to the LGBTQ plus spectrum of sexual identities.
Yes.
Do we believe, or do we agree, or what's your thoughts on what they were saying about the government possibly pushing this onto people, as you know, some of what we see with our straight people counterparts, the people that say the same thing, that the government is pushing an agenda.
I wouldn't per se say they're pushing an agenda. I will say they're giving more visibility to the community in a certain light. But I do feel like there's a time and a place for everything when it comes to that. So when it comes to like certain cartoon shows that I see on TV, when it comes to, you know, there's like drag queens, or there could be like 2 gay guys on a TV show, and the show is made predominantly for like a 2 or 3-year-old. I feel like maybe it may be too soon to introduce those things to that child. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as a parent, you're going to know your child. You're going to know what they like and what they don't like, of course. And I feel like you should start noticing patterns at a certain time in their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, maybe you do like that. So maybe if you're like 7 or 8 and you feel comfortable with your child watching that, okay, cool. But when it comes to the little babies, I don't think, I personally wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't really per se introduce that to my child at a so young age. I would not do that. However, when they're of age and I feel like they're ready for that, of course. But the way TV is now, it's like they really don't know what's coming to come on TV at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything wrong with the drag queens coming to the school and reading with the kids, because I feel like some of those kids that's in that class can relate to what that drag queen is doing, and maybe that could be an idol of them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're of age. You're like 6, 7 years old. I feel like that's when you really learn your personality and start to fully understand who you are as a person. I knew at 6, 7 years old I like boys. I did. I knew it.
Yeah, at 6 is when I was abused.
I knew what I liked.
Yeah, I don't know about for me, but I get that. I totally understand.
I mean,
the whole agenda for me, to answer the question that I asked you. I don't know about an agenda, like you said so much. I feel like I do agree with the visibility portion.
I agree with that.
Because people really genuinely identify as this, so they want to help explain it to everyone, right?
A vast audience,
so it doesn't. I think the gentleman in the podcast also made a point about, it's so not important to me what you do with your life and what's going on in your pants. It's so not important. Like with the women with abortions and all this stuff. What's really important is that we see each other and we respond in love and we don't judge, and you know, that's what we operate in. I think that a big part of that, and a big part of what I'm saying too about myself and my journey, is what I'm learning about my relationship, in my relationship with God and my faith. I believe that there's a certain truth, and that's what I will identify with.
Period.
So we will take this time to pause this conversation and pick it back up because we got some more things to talk about.
I feel like this was a good one. We need to fully go deep in
We'll
this.
give you guys a part 2 on this.
Part 2.
But for the sake of time and for the sake of us not losing your attention span, we want to pause it at this. Remember, we'll pick up where we left off at. And on that note, peace and love, Brown Bro fam. We will see you soon.